Power is a complex and multifaceted concept. It can be measured in military strength, economic might, political reach, cultural influence, and religious authority. When comparing two of the most prominent figures of the 21st century, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, and Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, the contrasts and similarities are striking. Both have wielded immense influence, but the nature, scope, and limits of their power differ dramatically. Let's break down the dimensions of their authority and discover who truly holds more sway on the world stage. First, consider the foundation of their power. Donald Trump's rise to prominence was built on business acumen, media savvy, and an unorthodox approach to American politics. As president, he commanded the United States, the world's largest economy and its most formidable military. Even after leaving office, Trump's influence endures, shaping American politics, media, and public discourse. His followers remain fiercely loyal, and his endorsements can make or break political careers. Yet, his power is subject to checks and balances, a hallmark of democratic systems. In contrast, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's authority is rooted in Iran's unique system of government, where religious and political leadership are intertwined. As supreme leader since 1989, Khamenei holds the highest office in Iran, with ultimate say over every branch of government, the military, the judiciary, and the media. His word is law, unchallenged and absolute. While Iranian presidents and parliaments come and go, the supreme leader's position is designed to be lifelong, granting him a continuity and depth of control that few world leaders can match. His influence is both spiritual and temporal, extending across the Iranian population and into the broader Shia Muslim world. Let's examine military power. The U.S. military is unmatched in size, technology, and global reach. During his presidency, Trump commanded this formidable force with the authority to launch military operations, authorize drone strikes, and, most significantly, access the nation's nuclear arsenal. The U.S. presence spans continents, with bases and alliances from Europe to Asia, making American military power a central pillar of the world order. However, since leaving office, Trump no longer holds direct authority over the military. His influence now is indirect, shaping public opinion and party policy, but not issuing commands. Khamenei, meanwhile, is commander-in-chief of Iran's armed forces. He controls the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, a powerful military, economic, and political force within Iran that also operates proxy forces throughout the Middle East. While Iran's military is far smaller and less technologically advanced than that of the United States, it is tightly controlled by the supreme leader and has demonstrated both resilience and regional impact in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and beyond. Iran's pursuit of nuclear capabilities, despite international sanctions and pressure, underscores Khamenei's willingness to challenge global powers and assert Iran's sovereignty. In terms of direct, unchallenged control over a nation's military, Khamenei's authority is virtually absolute. Turning to economic power, the United States' GDP is unrivaled. And Trump, as president, steered the world's largest economy through a period of both growth and turmoil. His policies on trade, deregulation, and tax reform reshaped the economic landscape, while his approach to China and global trade deals reverberated worldwide. Yet, the American economy is ultimately decentralized, with power shared among countless actors, businesses, consumers, state governments, and international partners. Trump's influence over the economy now is largely rhetorical and political, not executive. Khamenei's grip on Iran's economy is more centralized, albeit over a much smaller and sanction-stricken system. Through networks like the IRGC and religious foundations, Khamenei oversees vast economic assets within Iran, from oil exports to telecommunications. His decisions can shift markets, allocate resources, and determine the economic fate of millions. Yet, Iran's economy is heavily constrained by international sanctions, limiting its global reach and impact. While Khamenei's economic power is more direct within his borders, it does not compare to the sheer scale and global influence of the American economic system. Political power is another crucial dimension. Trump's presidency was defined by a blend of populism and confrontation, shaking established norms and challenging institutions. His appointments to the judiciary, his influence over the Republican Party, and his ability to mobilize millions have left an indelible mark on American politics. Even out of office, he remains a central figure in national debates, with the potential to reclaim the presidency or anoint successors. Khamenei, by contrast, is the unchallenged center of Iran's political system. He appoints key officials, oversees the military, and has the final say on both domestic and foreign policy. There are no real checks on his power within Iran. Elections for president and parliament exist, but candidates are pre-approved by bodies loyal to the supreme leader. This means that Khamenei's political power is not only vast but virtually unassailable, at least within his nation's borders. Religious authority further distinguishes Khamenei's power. As supreme leader and a grand Ayatollah, he is recognized as the highest religious authority in Iran and a spiritual leader for millions of Shia Muslims worldwide. His words are treated as religious guidance, shaping the beliefs and behaviors of followers far beyond Iran. Trump, though he enjoys strong support among certain religious groups in the United States, does not command religious authority in the same sense. His influence in this realm is cultural and political, not doctrinal. Global influence is the final and perhaps most nuanced sphere. Trump, as a former U.S. president and global media icon, commands attention wherever he goes. His actions and statements are dissected worldwide, and his policies have shaped everything from climate accords to peace deals in the Middle East. The America First approach redefined alliances and rivalries, leaving a legacy that endures in international relations. Khamenei's global influence is more focused but deeply significant. Through Iran's support for proxy groups, its involvement in regional conflicts, and its defiance of Western powers, Khamenei shapes the geopolitics of the Middle East and beyond. He is a symbol of resistance for some and a destabilizing force for others. His decisions can spark conflict or shape peace talks, particularly in the Persian Gulf and Levant. So, who is truly more powerful? The answer depends on how power is defined. Trump once commanded the mightiest military and economy in the world, and still wields considerable influence in a democratic society. But his power is checked by law, by institutions, and by the will of the people. Khamenei's power, while confined to a less powerful nation, is far more absolute. He rules for life, unchallenged, with direct control over every lever of Iranian society and policy. In a global context, the former U.S. president's reach is broader, but the supreme leader's grip is deeper. Trump is a force within a system. Khamenei is the system. Ultimately, the forms of power they embody reflect the strengths and weaknesses of their respective nations, and the ongoing clash between democracy and authoritarianism, secularism and theocracy, individual charisma and institutional authority. Each wields remarkable influence, but the nature of their power could not be more different.